Kingcayne.
Alright, what's going on, y'all? So for today's Gems in Gaming, like the title says, little wins matter too. Man, I gotta tell myself this all the time, for real, bro. Especially like when I think about like big picture stuff, I always look at the end goal, and I never look at the steps it takes to get to that end goal. All right, so for example, in this game that's new and just came out. Oh, and by the way, like I said, I did this game before. I think I did it last week. I'm not sure, but it's a bit choppy. So if it looks crazy, my bad on that. But like I said last time, like like in this game, so I used to play Sword and Shield, obviously all the way up to before this game came out. Like all the way up to before it came out. I used to do competitive battles. If it's one thing about me in games, it's one thing for sure that I love is competitive battles, sports, tests, anything. Honestly, like a lot of my friends, it gets on their nerves for sure, especially the ones that's not even trying to compete, and I come out of nowhere like, yo, let's run it. But I used to play it all the time. So when I did play it all the time, hold on. Let's do this. I would always try to find the best team, right? Like always. So I would look at every single Pokemon on the team, make sure that the squad was deep. I had no weakness anywhere. And I put a lot of time in that. Like I probably play like once a week or on the weekend, whatever the case is. And then once I found the perfect team, I was like, all right, bet, let me play competitively in the rank battles. So I got all the way up to master rank, and I was super excited about it because I never did I never did competitive battles before. Well, that was the first time I ever did it, so it was like super fun, right? Like, it was dope. So then this game comes out, amazing too. I love everything about it, honestly. If you haven't played it, I'm not gonna spoil too much. I mean, if you're watching, and obviously you're probably not really concerned about that, but the story's super good. The system is really good. Just everything about it is pretty dope. But I'm always thinking about the competitive team that I built up and made when I was playing Sword and Shield. So every single thing I'm doing, I'm like comparing myself to the end game that I was at in the previous game. All right. So I start off with this story and this example because it makes sense why I'm, it makes sense why little victories matter. Is because if you saw what I did last week, or if you saw the previous stream or the previous video, depending on the platform you see it, you'll see that my team was nowhere near where it is today. But in the times that I play, I always play like at night, right before I go to sleep, after I work and go through my day. I'll put this on, I'll play. But in my head, I'm not thinking of it like that. I'm not thinking that I'm putting in an hour every day. I'm thinking, I got to get back to where I was. I'm not even considering the fact that I'm getting better every single day. So now, if you look at the team this week versus the team last week, it's like, yo, you really been dominating. You've been getting better every single time. The reason I start with that story, why is that relevant? Why, some people look at it like, yo, it's a game. Like, of course you're going to get better. I mean, that's cool. Like, everyone does. But people don't look at that or think that's, or have that same mentality when it comes to their actual real life work at all. right? Or whatever they putting in work in, whether it be school, whether it be their job, whether it be a sport, whatever the case is, people don't consider that they actually are getting better, every single time. They're not paying attention to the little victories. They don't realize that the little victories matter too. I'll give you an example. I'll give you another example. My lady does ballet. She used to do ballet as a kid. She said that was a lot of fun for her, back when she used to do it on a regular basis. But when you get older and you get a job and, you're not as athletic as you are when you are a teenager or early 20s. I'm 31. She's in her late 20s. But if you don't do it every day, like, your body will let you know. We getting older, right? Like, it's not as simple as it used to be. I'll say it like that. And when it's not, as simple as it used to be, then it gets discouraging when you try to get out there and do something where you used to do at ease, but now you can't even though your mind is there, your body's not. Right? So she started doing ballet. I can't really remember how many months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I'm not even 100% sure. Even as I say it, that's crazy to think about because it feels like she just started yesterday. But she couldn't do what I understand to be a standard stance in ballet. Is called a plie. And she could not do that with ease when she first started. Now, I'm telling you now, like, she can do it with ease. And not only that, there's so many other things that she can do that she couldn't do when she previously started. But now she's on the next level. So now she's considering, obviously getting to the next stage. She's considering the next step. But if she never stopped to think about where she was when she first started versus where she is today, then she would never see that end goal in mind. You would only get discouraged because you're not there, right? But if you look back, you're like, yo, you can do plie. I'm gonna make up some ballet words because I don't know. I watched One Piece and Mr. 2 did ballet, right? And I can't remember what he ambiguest or something like that. Oh, I know that's wrong, and I know if anyone that does ballet sees this, you're gonna be like, what? But now you can do that. You can plie, you can ambiguest, you can do whatever the case, whatever these terms are, but you can do them now with ease. And you didn't even know that you could do it, or you wouldn't even have known that you could do it if you didn't look back when you first couldn't do plie and say, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, now I can do it. All right, now I'm gonna keep going. Now I can do it. I'm gonna keep going. Now I can do it. And now those little victories start to add up and into a major victory, where someone who's not you, who is a beginner, who just wants to start off for the first time, sees where you're at, and they're thinking, dang, how do I get there? When in reality, you were just there 3 months ago. I was talking to somebody. Like, it's weird when I tell people I stream, because I normally don't promote it. Like, I don't really talk about it. Like, I get on, right? If it picks up, great. But I'm trying to build my business and make sure my business is number one. And then if that blows, and then people start to find out about me, they'll start to find out about other platforms. At least that's the mentality in my head. If that's not the way I should be looking at it, then I'll figure that out too. But when I tell people, oh yeah, I stream, they're like, oh my god, you stream? Like, that's so dope. Like, somebody found my YouTube and they was like, yo, you got a lot of videos up here. And I was like, oh yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I've been doing it every week, every Saturday. I don't always stream it. Like, sometimes I'll just pre-record and I'll get on, blah blah blah. But when he saw how many I had, he was just like, bro, you gotta teach me this. Like, you gotta teach me how to do it. So his wife followed me, because his wife does YouTube too. If I knew the channel's name, I would say it right now, but I'm not even gonna butcher it. if I remember while I put this up to share the video on YouTube, then I'll do that. But I mean, share the channel on YouTube, then I'll do that. But she also was like, yo, yeah, you gotta teach me how to stream too. Like, that sound dope. Now for me, I didn't know what I was doing when I started streaming. Or I still kind of feel like I don't really know. You know, I'm not. I hear I don't engage with the audience enough, and you know, like I said, I don't promote it enough. I guess a lot of things I don't do, but it's just the consistency of me doing it every week, me figuring out the correct volume, me figuring out, you know, the correct placement of my camera, like, you know, me figuring out, I don't even know, the best titles like that capture people and stuff like that. You know, clickbait's a thing. The best, what's it called, thumbnails that gets people, those kind of things. Like, I'm just starting to learn and learn more and more each time. That if you watch the very, very first video that I had, it was an Among Us video, you'll realize, like, I just was trying stuff, or I was just getting on. To now, where I'm still just trying and getting better. Now I got like a rhythm. I started to figure things out. But, you know, and a little following too. But even that little following I didn't have when I first started. Like I had like one follower, Kelly. I had my wife. That was it. So now, yeah, a little bit bigger following. People see it. I get a text from a. Man, I love this kid, man. I get a text from a kid I used to mentor. He's just like, yo, like, I, you know, started to do big things. You really been teaching me, blah, blah, blah. So you start to build that rapport a little bit, and it gets dope. But that's only because you get better each time. Like, you got to consider all of your victories, right? All those victories matter. Kelly's ballet, my streaming. Question for you, whoever's listening, is your what? All right, like, what are you doing that let's say you do on a consistent basis? What are you doing, and where were you at when you started? Dang, bro, nobody trying to. Okay, where were you at when you started? So, for example, let's say you in school. Say you got a class going on. I don't know. Let's say you're in college, right? And let me see. It's December, so I guess, you know, finals probably happening for a lot of people. You remember the first time you walked in that class? Because I remember this experience, and I'm trying to go back to get my PhD. So I'm gonna have to go through this soon. But I remember my experience of, yo, I wonder, could we do this with two people? I'm not confident, if I'm being honest, but we about to try it. He queued up, so I'm gonna queue up. We about to figure this out. I think it was a 5-star too, so like, I don't know if you can do this with two people, but we'll see. You first walk in that class, you know, they start talking about the test. They start talking about the curriculum, the tests you got to do, the quizzes you got to do, attendance requirements, all those things. And you probably walk in there like, yo, this semester's about to be rough. Decent squad, I guess. I don't know about the Sneevil, but decent squad. Yo, this class about to be rough, bro. Yeah, I thought Steel was. I swear I thought Steel was strong against Poison. I guess I'm tripping. But you walk in like, yo, this semester about to be rough. Next thing you know, you go all the way to finals week, and now you are in the end game essentially, and all you gotta do is get through one more week. All right, and what does the finals always tell you, right? The finals is always the accumulation of everything that you studied up to that point. all those weeks that you was like, yo, I can't do this, man. These classes hard. I don't get this work. And you somehow made it to finals week, and you still pushing because you obviously didn't drop, right? It's finals week, so you obviously you obviously still going. Now you got one more. Oh dang! Now you got one more class, right? One more class, one more test, and that's because you pushed through every single thing. All those little victories matters, and now the final is just what tests you completely. And trust me, you can pass it. Like trust me, because you got this far. And it's just look back at what you did. All right, so that's even class. Okay, what about something small? What about a hobby that you do? All right, like, you know, first time you painted something, first time you played. Yo, the first time I played basketball, like after my injury, I got injured when I was 26, 27 or something like that. I was in a boot for a minute. I fractured my ankle, and I had to get a trainer and everything, and she had to basically help me realign my body back in place. So when I first hooped for the first time, and I think it took me like 2 years or a year and a half really, but essentially 2 years because of COVID and everything. Bro, I was hot doo-doo. Like, I was garbage, and I don't just mean playing. I just mean like my body, like my knees was hurting. Just like I was 15 again, like my knees was hurting. It was hard for me to maneuver, hard for me to run around. It was difficult. I used to be able to jump very high. I had bunnies for sure. Now, you know, I was jumping to try and get the rim the other day, and trust me, I was trying. Well, you know, you touch like the bottom of the rim, like the bottom part of the orange rim. You feel like when you was a kid, you would feel satisfied. Like, yeah, I got it. All right, that's where I'm at. Like, you know, my bunnies days are. If they coming back, it's gonna take me a minute. I'm just saying like that. But you know, I couldn't do that. I couldn't even touch the rim when I got back on the court. Like my body wasn't there. Right, so if I look at where I'm at now, like, dang, bro, I can't even dunk anymore. Like, I can't get above rim no more. If I look at it like that, then I would never, you know, I would never be, you know, I would never be in the right mindset that I can keep pushing, that I can keep going. I would always be in the mindset of look where I'm not instead of look where I came from. Yeah, I made this reel. Oh, that's dope. I made this reel on, I guess I made it everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case. But I got these plants. I take care of these plants. I'm a plant dad, as they say. And I saw like this giant leaf growing in one of my plants. And I was looking at it one day, not even trying to be too deep. I was just like, yo, that's so dope that you can see the growth of a plant, right? But if you ever look at the leaves of other plants, like, all of that represents growth. You know what I mean? Like, all of that reflects growth. Every leaf that you see on the plant, not just a new leaf, every single leaf reflects the growth of that plant. Right? So just because somebody can see, or just when you see like new growth, don't, you know, get too high or get too low of how far you've gone or how little you've gone in that growth. Just remember that every single thing about you before that point was growth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why little victories matter. All right. So you can't do this with two people, or at least you gotta be smarter than I was, and use something that is strong against poison. I guess ground. I don't know why I thought steel was it. Maybe because poison can't affect steel. That's what I remember, but whatever. You live and you learn. I think you get another chance, so I'm definitely going back in. What do I have that's strong against? So do I have ground? I do. Like, I don't know how you pronounce this. Garganock. I think. But he's not like super good against special. And earthquake attacks everybody. Like, that junk ain't gonna work. I don't really have anything that's super OP against. I don't even have a psychic. I was thinking about making one, getting a psychic Pokemon on the squad. Let's do this. Let's just use Skeledirge. That's my guy. But yeah, man. Oh, you know what's how else I look at it? A victory, in my opinion, doesn't always mean that you have to win something. You know, you can be victorious even in a loss. Now that sounds crazy. Like, Kingcayne, what are you talking about? If I lost, I'm not victorious. Depends on how you look at it. You might have lost a battle, but you know it's not over. The war, 100%. I just lost to this Raichu, but it's not over, right? Like, I can try again. And because I get to try again, you know, a victory for me was what I learned in that last match, that Poison was what am I trying to say? Poison was not weak against Steel. Right? Steel is not strong against Poison. You know what I'm trying to say. But now I learned that. Alright, now I got it. So now I get to go in and try again. I also learned that, you know, 2 people probably wasn't the smartest way to approach this. So now I get to try again, try to see if I can get 3 people, maybe even 4. You know what I mean? So that's you know, a couple ways to look at it, but the only time I would say you are defeated, sort of say, or you're done for, is if you can never try again. So, like, I got a friend who plays semi-pro basketball. I'm not sure for what country, but he plays, you know, basketball overseas. And I was just talking to him the other day, and, you know, I was telling him, he said that he wanted to at least try to go for the league. Because, you know, you can go in the league pretty late. Like, I think the oldest rookie, I know I'm probably wrong about this, but I think the oldest rookie was like 37. Could have been even older. But, you know, one thing you can't teach is experience, and teams could use a vet, right? Like teams 100% could use a vet. So I was just telling him, because he was just explaining to me that he wanted to, you know, try out and go for the league. But if that doesn't work, then he's going to, I think he said he's going to, like, try to work in this, like, a tech company, like Tech. So I was just talking to him. I was like, yo, bro, I'm going to be real with you. You know, I work in tech. I got plenty of people jobs in tech. You know, I was moving up there. Then I started my own business. I guarantee you can get into tech at any age. You know, once you get the qualifications, or once you're ready, like once you pass 18, you can get into tech any age. You can't get in the league any age, bro. Like, right now is the time. Like, if you want to try and go for it, then you need to go for it now. Because straight up, after you know, you're not physically able to play at that level, then my guy, like, you know, it's over. So you still can be victorious, bro. So definitely go and try, for sure. You know, definitely go and try for sure to go for that dream, man. For sure. I mean, I've known him forever, and he was always good at basketball, but he's much better now. So, you know, like I was saying, like, those little victories matter. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever feel like it's over because you didn't win immediately. Like, the truth is, like, you still got time. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're still trying, as long as you're staying consistent, you still got time. That's for sure. That's big facts. Yeah, I find it funny. Like, oh, I find it funny. Like, how we are never really told these kind of things. You know what I mean? Like I started my own business, and I'm trying to get back to the money I was making before I left tech. But then when I start my own business and I see how much it grows on a weekly basis and how much better it gets constantly, I'm just like, man, this, I can only get excited about the progression. I can't get excited I can't get discouraged because I'm not where I want it to be. But the progression though, like, man, that's nice. Like, real talk, like, that's nice. Getting more partners on a weekly basis. Obviously getting clients. We got, I'm building a team, getting products to sell. Like, it's just getting better, and it's like super dope to look at. So that's really something that I can also take as an example and share that kind of story and just let you know, like, you gotta pay attention to your progression. Them little victories matter, for sure. Like what I want, or what I like is when my friends tell me, or when I see them struggling with something, and then, they always get a little bit discouraged, and we have a conversation, but eventually they tell me, like, yo, I did the thing, or I achieved, whatever it is they were going for. When I hear that, I'm just like, man, that's so dope, because I remember when you were discouraged about X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know why. Yesterday I tried this. People were joining mad quick. I don't know if it's kind of early. I'm not really sure what's going on. And I don't think that's the case, because I'm pretty sure this is global. All right, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what time it is. But let me see if I can join somebody's, because I want to do one more. I want to do one more. See how that goes. And I'm still kind of new to this. I know my team doesn't look like I'm new to it, but I mean, the game also just came out, so obviously I'm new to it. I guess anyone who's playing up to this point is also new to it, but I want to try my hand at these raids. I haven't really finished. I just got to the end game, haven't really finished it. Right, the only reason my let me see. I guess people picking and choosing. What's the gold though? I'm not sure. What's this about? Oh, but I need this for sure. Okay, this is dope. I didn't know you could find, like, this is dope. So you can just, all right, so you can just go in here and just find what's already going on and pick something. Man, who was I trying to fight just now? No one wanted any of that. They was like, I'm good. But that's dope. Okay, I might looking at this more. See, this is why it's a problem when I game, because I learn out stuff like this and I get really addicted. I'm like, yo, let's do it. Or I wonder if, like, the communication thing, yeah, like, you probably got to do it super quick. Okay. Like, I wonder if it's communicating and you got to be the first one to get on. If it doesn't refresh quickly, then that could be a problem for sure. I wonder if people doing, like, random. That might make the most sense, because if I go through this, like, several times, then what's the point? Oh, let's go. All right, bet. Bet. See? Learn something new. Little victories matter, bruh. But, yeah. Also, something people tell me to say and do, and I'm trying to learn and do this better. But I am supposed to say to the audience, whether YouTube, Twitch, whatever the case is, and for YouTube, let's leave a comment on something that you were going through, and now you had to stop and look back like, oh, I am progressing on it. I am getting better. All right, I love to hear those stories. To me, personally, I would love to, like, read it and go through it and just see, right? It even might give me some ideas and context about other people's journeys, because you know I talk to who I talk to, but I don't know everything. Obviously, I don't know it. You know, I only have my limited experiences doing things. Oh, he wasn't steel, bro. I'm screwing up bad, but maybe Florges use a special attack. Oh no, I'm about to find out, and that junk's about to go down quick. Okay, I'm a pedal dance. I'm not even 100% sure what that does. I know I know the other people in the group like, why is he choosing these Pokemon, bro? Like, my bad, y'all. I didn't know. Oh, whoever on my team doing numbers, probably the old boy from Japan, if that's Japanese, or yeah, probably old boy from Japan, cause I think that's fire. Buddy doing numbers. And I also learned like I like the stuff that they added on this game too. Like I said, I don't know if you watching, like, probably not caring about spoilers, but it's a lot of stuff that I think is cool that if you explore your own you might learn about. Cause there's some dope stuff on here for sure. Like, I'm learning about new stuff all the time. Like you guys just saw, I just learned about these raids, and I had no idea that was the case. Oh, okay. So when the Pokemon are protected, I guess their stats can't be lowered. See, I'm learning. That's interesting. Okay, I'm learning though, for sure. But nah, this is dope. I'm pretty sure we about to win this. So that means this is about to go super quick, which is cool. Because I just wanted to share, you know, I just wanted to share some stuff. You know, just share that concept that I'm sure, you know, a lot of people don't really think about. And even if somebody hears it, I don't know if they really hear it that often about those little victories. So, you know, just from one man on the internet to an audience, just keep those keep those principles in mind. Like, don't get discouraged about what you do. Don't get discouraged about where you're at. Like, just know that, and I don't just know that, you know, just keep going. And I don't know. I have no idea if you have to just transform to break the barrier, or you have to transform and use the type that you are to do damage to break the barrier. Like I said, I'm still learning. We figuring out, but easy dub. So it's dope for me. I do got stuff in my business that I'm gonna take care of. Like I said, interact, like engage. Like if it's something that, you know, it's on your mind or on your heart that you want to chat about, definitely put it in comments. I'd be curious. I'll be looking out for it. But this is fun. Next week, I'm in Costa Rica, but I'm going to probably upload, like, I'm going to pre-record a video and upload something to have something up there for sure. But yeah, y'all take it easy. God bless.